Hello everybody, my name is Super Chicken. Here is my Mage list that I've been working on, and let's give it a spin. I've gone back to sort of brewing up my own decks a little bit. I've sort of gone away from the net decks a little bit. I have found that even though Mage isn't really popular at the moment, I'm having a lot of success with it. Maybe it's just because I like it a lot. Maybe I just seem to, you know, maybe it just works for me. I'm not too sure. But anyway, this is the list I've been running a little bit. It seems to be a little bit of a. It seems to have. Sorry, let me start again. It seems to have a little bit of game at the earlier stages of the match, mid stages, and the late stages. Like, it has cards available to me at any part of the game. It's not exclusively a control deck. It's not exclusively an aggressive deck. So it seems pretty versatile at the very least. Anyway, it is a work in progress, and let me just show it off to you. Against another mage, I'm not really sure what the current type of mage is in the meta. There's a lot of different types. I'm going to keep these two under the impression that he, you know, could be an aggressive mage. I'll ditch Sylvanas, she's a little bit slow. That seems reasonable. I would have liked to have seen some early creatures, maybe a mana worm or a loot hoarder, but, you know, that's how it goes. Let's see. Hello.
Hello.
I think I'll hello and then pass the turn. Yeah, I mean, if you're new to the game, you might want to use Arcane Missile straight away, just because you have 1 mana, but doing 3 damage to the enemy player isn't really worth it. You want to try to save this card to actually remove a creature on the field. Here is a creature you don't want to remove on the field with that, because you'll probably just hit it once or twice and then make him very angry. He will be enraged, and he will do 5 damage. I'm gonna Frostbolt that away, because he'll probably just ping it with his hero power, and then make it do 5 damage, and then he'll chip me away too quickly, so I think I'm gonna remove that creature. I can't let him stick around too long. This actually does look like an aggressive deck. I think I was pretty correct. A good guess, maybe, that I kept these 2 cards early on. These Mana Worms and, what was his name? Armani Berserkers sort of indicate that it's probably an aggressive deck. Unfortunately, I haven't really got any good plays, though. I haven't really got any good plays for the Midrange. I really hope that I top deck like a Water Elemental next. I think I'm going to Arcane Missiles, hopefully snag it twice, and then finish it with this. Oh, all 3 into that. Perfect. End result's the same. He still takes 1 damage, and the creature is removed. It wouldn't have mattered if 3 went into that, or if only 2 and 1 went there. The result's the same.
Let the pain speak to me.
Oh, lucky top deck again. I think we're just, we're not actually seeing a lot of action at the moment. Like, he's going to draw a card off that, unfortunately. Yeah, not seeing a lot of action in this first game. I guess that can happen sometimes. I guess we'll just sort of play for the late game, wait till we sort of hit the 6 and 7 mana mark, then we can start playing Owl, Sylvanas, and Archmage. Hopefully we just don't give him board presence before that stage. If he passes the turn and does nothing now, we're looking pretty good. Ooh, that really helps. Unfortunately, we're just going to do the same thing right back. I'm not going to fireball the face. We save that to remove the creature. Yeah, unfortunately, not seeing any of our mid-range creatures. No dragons, no water elementals. Bit of a shame. It seems as though he's had a reasonably... Like, he's run out of early steam as well, so it looks like we're just have Fire Blast Wars. Hey, yeah. There you are, but a little bit late. I think we're just going to play Sylvanas first. Is that... Yeah, I think we'll play Sylvanas. I usually like to play Sylvanas. The only reason I hesitated then is because I usually like to play Sylvanas when they already have a creature out, and you can sort of threaten to steal it. But I think this will sort of... Generally speaking, Sylvanas will eat any creature they put down, generally. And if it doesn't, like, if it's a really nasty creature, she'll probably die on the creature and then steal it, so... Trade with the Yeti? I don't know. I think I have the luxury here of attacking and then Water Elemental Mirror Image. So that means because obviously he wants to trade his creature, his Chillwind Yeti, into my Sylvanas. But if I put up a Mirror Image, it might actually make it hard for him. If he does have a Flame Strike, I guess I sort of lose everything if that happens. But he seemed aggressive, so I'm sort of hoping that he's not actually holding any Flame Strikes. Because if he Flame Strikes, I'll steal his Yeti, so I guess that's pretty good. I'm going to ignore the Yeti, go for the face. Yep, that seems the way. Seems as though we have gone on to the beatdown route now. Yeah, so if he Flame Strikes us, we lose our shielders, that's fine. And we'll lose Sylvanas, but we'll get his Yeti. So he can't really Flame Strike us, really. Because I'll have a Yeti and a Water Elemental. But at the same time, he can't really use his Yeti to trade with Sylvanas like he wanted to now, because of these two are in the way. Which is actually going to be really, really hard to remove, unless you happen to have the correct combination of cards to do that. And then, if he has to use like 2 Frostbolts or something like that, he's already trading really poorly, so we have him in a position where it's really awkward for him, so he has to spend multiple turns probably bashing his way through these just to get at Sylvanas. And then, by that time I might just fireball it. Yeah, so next turn he will likely Fireblast the mirror image again, and then send the Yeti through, but I don't think we're going to let him do that. So, we're going to get rid of the Yeti, I think. Actually, that's a little mistake. I should have played the Mana Worm first. Got a little bit ahead of myself just then, but that's okay. I don't think it'll matter too much in the long run. He can Flame Strike us now, probably for the most benefit that that he's ever going to get. He'll remove 3 creatures, but yeah, there it is. It's funny that he actually had that and such an aggressive start, but I guess I'm not expecting him to be holding 2 of those. I think, I can just Archmage. Unfortunately, I haven't got any more spells to get any fireballs. I'm just using him as a 5/7 body at the moment. It's unlikely that he's holding a second. Oh, thank you. It's unlikely that he's holding a second Flame Strike. Most people don't. If they run, they'll run 1. They don't run 2 because they consider it too high a cost. I am of that mind as well, but at the moment I sort of rely on Flame Strike to be my sweeper. I don't run any Blizzards. So I actually run 2, and it's always good to like drop the first Flame Strike, and then they assume that you've got nothing left, and then they flood the board, and then you can hit him with the second Flame Strike. So that's just my little way of running it. Wow, I think he went through 4 cards to remove that just then. Yeah, so that's a lot of value just there.
Magic will tear you apart.
I mean, he's alive though, isn't he?
Thank you.
It was good that we got basically a 2-for-1 then twice. So we 2-for-1'd him twice. So we got 4 of his cards for only 2 of ours. Unfortunately though, I'm going to struggle to get this last little point of damage until I top deck another Fireball. I actually thought that he would have had no answer to those. I mean, I expected maybe a single Polymorph, but you don't know. Let's see a Fireball. No. Do we Flame Strike and... Or do we Azure Drake first? But then we could take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that'd be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 damage we'll take if we play that. Chances are, though, like, we can actually get a Fireball and maybe win this turn. There's only 1 Fireball left, I think. I think I've only used 1. The alternative is to Flame Strike right now. Flame Strike right now will get rid of these 2 and keep that. I think we just go for the win. Like, we can Flame Strike next turn. I think we can take 13 damage. We'll just try to draw a Fireball and... No, okay. That's pretty big. It's almost worth polymorphing. Yeah, I think I will polymorph that, actually. Because I can Flame Strike the whole lot next turn, whereas before he was going to live. Yeah, I went for the Azure Drake there because I feel like I could have closed the game out right now if I happened to draw the Fireball. And I could have taken a beating for this round, so I had that luxury. But it looks like he's gonna trade everything away. Okay, another Ogre.
Your opponent left.
He just left. Okay, it actually doesn't matter. I have the Fireball here, so yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I was gonna say, why didn't he explode when he left? Yeah, Fireball plus Fire Blast, we had him. Let's give this list another try. Hopefully we'll see some more action in the early game and mid game this time. I'm a little, you know, I've had a little couple of bad runs. I mean, off camera I was sort of like hitting the cards I need, and I was like, yeah, this deck's really good. But then it seems like when you don't hit those cards, it seems really bad. So maybe that's a deck design option. I'm not too sure. We'll have to find out. Let us see what we have.
Jaina versus
A mage.
Jaina.
You asked for it. My magic will tear
Yeah, I think we're going to err on the side of caution and just assume that it's an aggro mage. That might be the wrong idea, but I'm not too sure. I mean, there's no harm in assuming that, because if you're unprepared, you're just going to lose straight up to it. I'm going to keep the Frostbolt and the Doomsayer. Fireball was a little bit too slow, I think. That's a really good hand, actually. Okay, let's see what sort of mage this guy is.
Hello.
Hello, I'm gonna hello and pass turn.
Put this apple on your head.
Okay, so it's an aggro mage, pretty much 100%. That's the giveaway. I think we'll just Frostbolt that immediately. I don't even want to let that go out of control. Okay, so the aim of the game is, because these guys are going to be more aggro than us, then we just need to play it cool and just try not to die, as, you know, keep them at bay sort of thing. I actually think that we don't need to... I'm not too sure. I don't think we need to Frostbolt this immediately. I think we can maybe play Loot Hoarder. Actually... I think we just, no, we'll use the coin here. Getting the Water Elemental out on turn 3 is really good. I actually think that sort of play is almost not a lot of other plays are going to be better than that, depending on the circumstance, of course. But you know, I could play the Loot Hoarder and he still has tempo, or I could play Mirror Image, he still has tempo. Okay, it's a Fireball. The discount that this provided here wouldn't have mattered, because he would have been able to pay for it anyway. That is a shame to lose that creature, but I guess he traded the Fireball for it, so, you know. It's one of the few cards out there that can actually handle that, the Water Elemental. I think we'll just... Gee, do we play... I want to put him down because I want to have a board presence here. I'm just wondering if I want to use Mirror Image to protect them, because I do want to trade here. Or do I just Frostbolt it? See, that's the thing. He'll Fire Blast my minion straight away, I think so. I think the Frostbolt is in order. I don't want him to get too many more discounts here. I'll get rid of that. That's... I mean, our next couple of turns are cut out for us. I think we just play a sort of a Azure Drake and, you know, possibly even a raw Black Knight onto the field. He hasn't really got much of a board to exploit Defender of Argus. Arcane Intellect. Arcane Intellect sort of suggests that maybe he's not an aggressive deck. Maybe he has sort of like mid-range plans. I'm not too sure. Because we'll have to find out. Looks like we have the initiative though. We have a creature on the field. He has a very sort of similar start, I suppose. Like, I have a couple of early game creatures like Mana Worm. But I'm not really an early game deck. But there are just some times when you can just play a Mana Worm and just run away with the game. You can just sort of go Mana Worm, Mirror Image, and then Frostbolt, whatever they play, and just... You know, then you just beat them to death with a 3 or a 4 power creature. It's, sometimes they just can't even get at it. So it's... I sort of feel like putting it in for the free win factor occasionally that it provides is enough reason. Do people still play Vaporize? I don't know. I don't think they do. I mean, my first guess would be that's an Ice Block. Possibly an Ice Barrier. Do I even want to find out if that's a Vaporize?
What to do?
I'm of a mind just to continue beating him, but it could be a Vaporize. I just don't want to, you know, fall for the oldest trick in the book, which is like play a Vaporize in front of your biggest creature and watch them swing into it. I think I might actually use the Mana Worm for that. I might actually just stay back just in case it is a Vaporize. I think the 4 damage that we'll get isn't gonna... Like, this isn't a really fast-paced game, this one that we're playing right now, so I sort of feel like I can wait. I think we'll just ping. just wondering if I want to play Mirror Image or not. I'm just wondering what haste creatures he may have. He may very well have a Argent Commander. I'm going to play this now. I mean, I could play it next turn. That was the only real concern. I'm holding him back. Gonna hold him back just in case it's a Vaporize. I realize no one really plays it at the moment, but I don't want to be that guy who does get caught out on it. I think you need to respect it even still. Especially when you have like a Mana Worm just floating around to check it. Like, he hasn't exactly hit the board with anything. I have time to check it. Ah, here we go. Well, I think we're lucky that just... Oh, wow. We're even luckier that we drew that, so I think we'll just play that straight away and then talk about what we're going to do after we destroy everything. Okay, so let's just check if it's a Vaporize. It's a Vaporize! Oh, oh dear. Oh dear. That's funny. Wow. Yeah, I actually can't believe that ended up being a Vaporize. I was fully expecting that to end up being an Ice Block, but then it triggered and I was like, oh, it's got to be an Ice Barrier for sure. Nah, Vaporize. I'm like, oh my god, really? Oh well, we respected it enough, and it paid off. And now that he's played a Vaporize, you sort of can't really assume you know what that extra secret right there is going to be either. Like, it could be another Vaporize, it could be anything. I don't think I'm too concerned about this creature. He can freeze us, and that's fine. Like, do we even need to act on this? I'll probably just ping it once and ping it next turn. I mean, I don't even need to waste a card on it. He'll get rid of one of these. That's about it. I'll pass the turn. I should probably actually get another creature down, though, because I'm going to want to check if that's a Vaporize as well. It's going to be one of those things, like you could be running Spellbenders or just, you know, counter spells or just weird stuff. It's going to be hard to find out what he's up to. Well, that's probably going to trade with my dragon. I'd be pretty sure of that. If it lives. Oh, that's unfortunate because he would have used this to finish it as well. You're going to have to trade. Oh. That can go right now. I want to put something on the field here, and I'm tossing up between these two creatures. Oh, actually, if I cast the Spellbreaker on this Drake and then silence it, he'll be able to attack this turn, and I can use the Drake to clear out the secret, which could be another Vaporize, because he's wounded, and this will be stronger, so that seems pretty good. Let's do that. Ah, Mirror Entity.
Magic shall not save you.
Well, in that case, we'll just trade it away, I think. Like, we fully expected to lose the Drake just then on a Vaporize, so losing the Drake on his Spellbreaker is the same. Pass turn. I think at this point we're just sort of waiting for a creature that we can use to beat him to death with. This may be the guy for us, he may get the job done. I would like to see a Ragnaros or something come out and just seal the game up. Hopefully before he plays one. Okay, that seems fine. Yeah, hey Ragnaros, how you going? I'm just wondering, do we play Ragnaros and hope to hit... No, I think we're far too low, because if he has a Pyroblast, we die next turn. So this definitely needs to be removed as a priority, so let's sheep it. We can play Rag next turn, I think. That should be okay. Yeah, it would be a little bit concerning. I mean, he would hit us for 8, and then, you know, Pyroblast finishes off, or something like that. I mean, this guy obviously playing slightly roguey stuff. I mean, so am I. I'm playing, like, Spellbreakers aren't the most popular right now, but I think they're still pretty good, so I play them. Ooh, yeah, this is gonna get low. We're getting low. We're so low now, it basically if he happens to have the Pyroblast or even just another Fireball, we may just die straight away. I really think we've got to get the Ragnaros down. I mean, ideally I'd like to sort of destroy his thing with the Black Knight and then... Actually, you know, I still might need to do that. Because... Oh no, I can play Ragnaros, attack into that, and then ping it to remove it. That should still work. I think it's just, I mean, if he plays his own Ragnaros, I could die. If he plays a Pyroblast, I die. We just gotta hope that he's not holding it. He does have a small hand size right now, but that doesn't mean he wasn't holding a Pyroblast from his opening hand for the whole game, so... Who can say? I would have thought if he had it, he would have just jammed it right now, and we'd be done, and I'd be loading up a new game. Oh, dunno. What's he got? Ah, we might be alright here. Ooh. Yeah, looks like he's, oh, he can't even kill it. He's one mana. He's one short. Oh, no. I think he does 8. That does 6. So that's enough, right? Yeah. So we just win. Excellent. Unfortunately, freezing does not stop him attacking. Excellent. Okay, let's go to game 3. Hopefully we can see a different class. I'd like to play this deck against some other classes. It's having a lot of luck against hunters. It's going pretty well against druids. Weapon warriors can be an issue if you don't see your water elemental. If you see the water elemental, you go a lot better. A lot of the deck actually sort of revolves around the water elemental. It does a lot of heavy lifting. If I could have more of that card in this deck than 2, I would. It's fantastic. Okay, a rogue. Could be a couple of types of rogues. You got your aggro, your midrange, and your miracles. So, I don't think any of those cards that I just crossed off are going to be any good. I think we'll keep the mana worm just for those early trades. That's good. Mana Worm, Mirror Image, and Mana Worm Coin Mirror Image is actually a pretty good start. He actually had no turn 1 play just there, so I'm just going to play the Mana Worm and pass. There's no real reason to go Coin Mirror Image on the same turn, I don't think. Not because, I mean, if he does nothing for the next couple of turns, we can actually save the coin and get the Azure Drake out on turn 4. If we happen to top deck a Water Elemental in the next 2 turns, we can get a Water Elemental out on turn 3. And those sorts of plays seem a lot better than turning this into a 3-3 on turn 1. She says. Hello. Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. I mean, we didn't invest in it, so I think we're okay with that. That seems okay, that trade. Unfortunately, I don't have any other plays at this point, so I'm just going to do this and sort of hope that hopefully he has no action as well. I seem to be able to take care of anything that he plays across like Frost Nova, Arcane Missiles, and so on. Yes. Fairy Dragon is sort of like Arcane Missiles, like Bane, because you only have a 50-50 chance of actually removing it. Unfortunately, I think we're just going to go for it and see if we get it or not. Well, we'll just see what happens. Woo! Excellent.
Well played.
It's one of those things, like, it only half the time removes a Fairy Dragon. And the problem is it's that one card that you just can't tag with a Fire Blast in the early game. Like pretty much every other creature you can finish off or do 1 extra damage or just kill any creature that has 1 toughness with this spell, with this hero power. But that creature, if you miss it with the Arcane Missiles, and the thing is I'm only running 1 Arcane Missiles, it's sort of like you never want to see lots of them, but you sort of want to see 1. Okay, so we're gonna coin out a Azure Drake. that seems more of a punchy play, but using the coin around the mid game always seems great. One of my most favorite things at the moment is coining out Water Elemental. I know I've mentioned that, but it's amazing. The other thing you can do by keeping the coin is use it when you have Archmage and Antonidas. Gee, this guy obviously. Oh, why would you do it at this point in the game? You save it for the end when you can lethal me. Now I have two. Now I have two of these. Ah, dear. So it's a miracle style rogue. It just looks like he doesn't know how to play it. 22. I don't think you can kill me from 22 with 6 mana. I'm just wondering, should I just play Mirror Image now and get it out of the way? I probably should, knowing that he's going to be like haste, trying to one-shot me and stuff like that. It's probably actually worth doing. I'm just wondering if I want to do it this turn or next. I think I'll actually wait a turn. I'm going to put the Drake out and just start flogging him. That's actually a really good card to pull out right now, the Water Elemental. It's going to turn his dagger off. It'll turn off all his deadly poisons. You gonna kill my whelp? That might actually come next turn with a bit of luck, because I definitely want to play Mirror Image next turn, I think. Yeah, I definitely want to do that, or at least I didn't actually take any damage that turn. But if he's got a charged up dagger and a Leroy and 7 mana, he could probably kill me with a flurry of spells if he happens to play a Goblin Auctioneer or something like that. All right, so this can go first. 12. I mean, I can't quite lethal him. I'll... Not yet, anyway. Maybe one more turn. Possibly next turn. This just turns off Leroy. Actually, it should be worth noting that these Miracle decks, they are around, and I mean, Rogue is the most popular, I suppose, but there are other sort of decks that can one-shot you, like Hunter, and even, they just do those combos where they play Unleash the Hounds and so on. But even like, gee, what's another one? Druids do it now. They have, they can put down 3 trees come up. God, I can't even remember the name of the card. Force of Nature. Force of Nature comes out and then they, buff it up and that sort of thing. So he's working overtime to really remove these things. Here's Leroy. But yeah, what I was getting at was having Ice Block. Ice Block is a fantastic card for those sorts of strategies because they can't, they can try to one-shot you using this super combo and then you live and then you can just do what you want with them. I'm not actually running them at the moment, but it's one of those things that I do bring in and out depending on how many of these sorts of decks I actually see. This deck that I'm playing now, right now, I have the luxury of being able to know what I want to pull in and pull out because it's one of those things that I've made, so it feels pretty good. I think he for 4, 5, 6 plus 7, 6 and 7. We got him.
Well played.
Excellent. That went well. Anyway, if you like my Mage deck, let me know in the comments below. Come chat to me on Twitter. My name is SuperChickenAU on Twitter. Leave a comments in the section below. I'd like to say hi and chat. It's all good fun. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time.